Yes, it's the final Friday of July, and this is BS News for July 26, 2013, and away we go. Dateline. I wasn't listening. What? This week, President Obama spoke out on vital economic issues, but all that people talked about was the royal baby or Anthony Weiner. Look, people are not going to pay attention to important issues as long as both Anthony Weiner and Prince William keep on creating giant distractions with their penises. Dateline, Weenie Week. This week it became almost impossible to discuss the New York mayoral race without making an accidental joke about Anthony Weiner's penis. Meanwhile, Weiner himself urged voters to put it behind them. See what I mean? At a press conference, Weiner admitted that his behavior had continued even after he got caught and resigned from Congress. Some at the press conference wonder if it was still going on, and more than a few people there were glad that Anthony Weiner was speaking from behind the podium. In his most recent sex chats, Anthony Weiner used the screen name Carlos Danger. It's not clear if he did it because he wanted to keep his identity secret, or if because every other internet sex addict was already using the name Anthony Weiner. Dateline, hot mess. Researchers this week said that global warming could cost the global economy over $60 trillion with a T dollars in the coming years. When my father heard that, he said, "I'm not paying to heat the hole outside. I told you to close the damn door." Finally, Dateline, Cleveland steaming. Ariel Castro, the man accused in the kidnapping and imprisonment of 3 women in Cleveland, has pleaded guilty in a deal that gives him life in prison plus another 1,000 years, meaning that he should be getting out of jail at about the same time the Cleveland Browns win the Super Bowl. Just too easy, I had to go there. We're closing in on Carlos Dangerous o'clock. Pour me a tequila. BS News for Friday. Have a great weekend.
Tequila. Taquitas. You realize New York is so open-minded that pervy Anthony Weiner, and yes, he is a perv, and yes, he has a problem, and there's no question in my mind that he, well, let's say, gets off on, this public affection that he seeks. But if he did run as Carlos Danger, New York would say, that's who I want for my mayor. Carlos Danger for mayor. He could win. That's really, kind of sick and twisted because, frankly, listen, there's no question that Anthony Weiner, in my mind, is he's an addict. He's addicted to apparently himself. He loves himself, and I mean, he loves himself, in public with strangers, and it's very it's very Larry Craig-ish, except Larry Craig preferred men in a bathroom. Other than that, it's the same. No, you understand what I'm saying. I find this whole topics about Anthony's Weiner boring because a lot of people like to do that. I mean, they just do. I think that if we didn't have porn, the internet never would have taken off. Truly. I think that's true.